Welcome to my safe space. Yeah, we talk real life. No filter, no fear. We just keep it right. Safe space, let it all come through. This is the place where we hear you. Welcome to my safe space. Yeah, we talk real life. No filter, no fear. We just keep it right. Safe space, let it all come through. This is the place where we hear you.
No, the app is gone. Did you close it?
No, you know, like you very well.
Welcome to my safe space. Yeah, we talk real life. No filter, no fear. We just keep it right. Safe space, let it all come through. This is the place where we hear you.
Oh, can we? Let me try shifting this. The earpiece. The earpiece. I think we should just start with Shaka.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. You're welcome back to the Safe Space Show. Okay. Okay, what is one mistake that um, you wish to erase if someone gives you a chance or an opportunity to? Now, most of us have lots of mistakes. For some persons, it's one mistake. For some persons, we have thousands of mistakes. It might be a decision that you ever regretted ever making in life. It's it can come in form of a relationship you wish you never entered at all. For some persons, it's a business they started and it crashed on the way. It failed just within the building stage. Then there are other persons that they lost countless opportunities in life. Why there are some persons that their sin or whatever thing they committed is kind of holding them back from seeing the brighter future or holding them back from seeing um, themselves in a better place, in a better position. So that is what we are looking at. But I want to ask us a very different question this evening. What if your mistakes is never the end of your story? What if your mistake becomes the turning point for God in your life? It becomes a moment that God wants to use to transform your life, a moment that God wants to use to change your life. There are lots of persons that um, have done different things. They've faced disappointments. They've made mistakes in life, but yet God used that to change their life. God used the rejection to redirect their life and transform their life. We are asking this evening, what if that mistake is not the end of your story, but it is a turning point that God wants to use to transform your life around. So you guys are welcome back to the Safe Space Show with Zoe. I'm very excited to be doing this with you. Or this is a space where we talk, a space where we heal and we grow as well together. This evening I'm so excited because I'll be joined by my amazing guest. Okay, I just want to fix something. I'll be back very soon. Now we've all had stories, we all had experiences from people, not just I myself. I've experienced some things in life where I felt God was no longer with me. I thought God has left me. Where the decisions I made me begin to doubt God, begin to question God, or kind of disbelieve in God. But at the end of the day, God used those things to redirect me, bring me back to the purpose of that which is His plan over my life. I've heard of different stories. My guest will be joining very, very soon. But there is a story I just want to share with us. Can you give me this?
Welcome to my safe space. Yeah, we talk real life. No filter, no fear. We just keep it right. Safe space. Let it all come through. This is the place where we hear you.
So I recently saw this story.
Safe space.
Mhm. I saw this
Music.
I recently saw this story on Facebook. I think she's a very, very well-known, a very popular Nigerian woman. She's a businesswoman, and she made a post about something she experienced years ago. I think that should be 2 or 3 years ago. um, during the moments when she was starting up her company and stuff like that. So she had this company that she wanted to invest. That wanted to invest in her. They wanted to work together with her, and it was a microfinance bank. They started the whole process. She was very excited about all of these things, about what was going to happen. Because I think, from what she said, it's a contract of 500 million. Yes, 500 million naira. 500 million naira contract. And we know as of then, the money is very, very big. And even till now, the money, you getting a contract or a deal of over 500 million is very, very big. So she was so excited that she already spread the news across to every other person. She told her friends, her family, to the extent that she had to put it out on her social media platform. And she told her followers of something which will be coming to her very soon, of a deal that she's going to be signing very, very soon is a company, which everybody was very, very happy for her. She booked photography that would take the pictures for the day. She already bought an outfit that she was going to wear. Hello. Okay, she already got an outfit that she was going to wear for the shoot and all of that. But before the day for the shoot, she got a call from this same company that the meeting has been cancelled for that day, so it has been rescheduled to another day. To just cut the long story short, the next day they scheduled for the meeting, they came for um, the meeting so she could sign the contract with this same company. And she had to go through the contract and she found out that they made some changes. I don't have to say everything that is in the contract the way she put it, but they made some changes to the contract. They already come to a conclusion on agreement that this is what we are going to be working for. Because from what she said, she was meant to gather, I think, around 50,000 persons who will invest in this microfinance company. But when the day came for them for the signing of the contract and everything, they had to change it to 100, to have bringing about 100,000 persons. So which her lawyer told her that she should not go ahead with it, and the contract was cancelled. The whole story was that everything was cancelled, and she was really, really pained. She really wept because imagine telling a lot of persons about something that you're going to be embarking on, something that is going to transform your life and change your life around. Like a contract of over 500 million thousand naira, like, is very, very huge. But losing it just because of a mistake that wasn't from her own end, it was from this same company. She felt very bad. She questioned God. She wept and she let go of it. Then I think few years later, I think about 2 years, she had the news. It was posted online that this same company that she was meant to invest with, as of then, few years back, the company crashed. And what was the reason? They they held the money from some persons that invested with them, and they were not able to pay those persons back. So they were relinquished of their banking license. Everything was taken away from them, and just like that, the company crashed. Now, at that moment, it was then that she really like realized, or when she understood, it came to her that wow, that God was really, really saving me. It was really God's hand in what I was doing. Because imagine God allowed me to go for this stuff. Imagine God allowed me to venture into this. I don't know what would have become of me. I don't even know how everything would have ended. Number one, it would have spoiled her reputation. A lot of persons that trusted in her, because this is a woman that a lot of people trust, a lot of persons have done businesses with her, and she have influence over lots, thousands of persons. Now imagine she went for that. Imagine she went ahead to sign that contract with this company. Something like this happened. A lot of persons would have distrusted her. her reputation would be spoiled both online and offline. We don't even know what would have become of her as of now. So it was at that moment that she realized that God, like, and the way she saw it, she never saw it the way it was before, because as of that time she just felt like, why would God be doing this thing to me? Why is it that I've already arranged, I've already made big plans, and all of a sudden something like this happened? And that is what we are looking at this evening. That lots of us have faced disappointments, a lot of us that have passed through some certain things. Then at that moment, you just feel like I think my guest is having a network issue. I'll be back in a short while.
and I work from it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay. How you doing? Can you hear
I'm
me now?
okay. I'm doing just fine. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Seems like your network is very bad. Thank you very much for joining the conversation.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
Okay, before you joined, I shared a story about a lady, but I think we should just go straight to what I want us to look at. Have you ever felt or experienced any disappointment in your life, whether recently or before, that you know actually that it was your fault? You The reason why it happened was because you allowed it happen and you felt so bad about it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, Mercy. better than the one I had. And that's one thing about most of us, or the way some of us, things that happen to most of us in life. We might lose something, it might be an opportunity, it might be a contract, it might be a friendship that friends just drift away from us. Then we just conclude that things will never work well for us. We don't look at the future. We don't look at um, God's side, or God's the way God is viewing that problem for us. Or some persons that face disappointment, just like that woman that she faced the disappointment in the job, the contract stuff that she was supposed to sign, and all of those stuff. At that moment, she just felt uh, everything about, like, her whole world like is has ended, because from the way she put it out there, she made mention of sewing a new clothes, a new dress for the contract, and the photographer, like the money, the things that she invested in it, and at the end of the day, she lost in it. So most times, most things that we face in life, or most things that comes our way, I just think we should not look at it from the angle that God is using it to punish us. Because I've heard of a story of a young lady who was very, very sick, and she came to a pastor, I think so, speaking to the pastor about the sickness, and was like that the reason she's passing through this particular illness is because God is trying to use it to draw her closer to him. And I think the pastors of that time was like, since God wants to use it to make you serious, should he pray that God will worsen the situation so that he can quicken or fasten the seriousness the way that he wants her to be very, very much serious with him. So some things that work or happen to us in life, not necessarily things to break us. Most times that they are just phases of life that we need to pass through, and those phases of life would be the phases that will make us, be the phases that will transform us. As of that point, some things that I passed through while I was growing up, I just I just felt like it doesn't make sense, because I know, apart from losing my phone, I've lost countless things while growing up. I've experienced some disappointment, and I just felt maybe God was not there for me. God just allowed me to experience it. I think why before I came to school, before I entered university, I also experienced something like that. Someone that was meant to help me in school, and she was meant to help me to process my everything about my school, my academics. She already told my parents that she was going to take it upon herself to train me, and just few months after she told us all of those things and we received the good news, and I was very, very happy, because I've seen someone that took it upon herself as a responsibility to help me out in this part, even though my parents might not really be very, very much capable to do it. And just few weeks, and we had that this same lady, she was my cousin. She felt sick, and in the whole process, she lost her life. So at that point, I just felt like, to me, is it that God does not see that I'm really, really very serious, that I want to go to school, and he allows something like this to befall me, allow this lady to just die and go like that. So but the way God did everything was he sent somebody else, and it was very miraculous that even the person that he sent to help me out in that area, in the area of my academics, did it even much more than the way I expected, because it was someone that I never even knew about. I've never met her before. We've not spoken before. Just someone that I knew from my dad, because it was my dad's relative, and she took it upon herself to um make it a thing, like a responsibility, that everything about my school she was going to see it through from the moment I start to the moment I finish. And she stuck to it. God used her in that part to help me in something I felt.
I almost gave up on. I felt like it was not going to work out again because the person I was hoping forward to be the one to sponsor me, I lost the person, and I just felt that maybe I was never even destined to go to school, because that is something that most of us do think. When something happens to us, we just feel like maybe you lost an opportunity. You feel like you are not destined to be great. You lost a friendship or a relationship. You just feel like you're not destined to be loved, or nobody will ever love you again. But most times that is God using it to remove something that he has seen, because he already knows how the thing will end. He has seen from the beginning, has seen the end, how everything will turn out. Then he uses it to remove those burdens from our way. And most times we end up seeing it as punishment, or God is not trying to help us out. I've experienced some things, and I've had stories. I think I had a story of one big. She's a very big TV presenter that is based in the US. When she went for an interview to work in a radio station, a radio station, yes, she went there and they disqualified her. They told her, they gave her low self-esteem because they told her that she will not be able to do it, that the job was not meant for her, that she's not qualified, she does not have the qualities to be able to do the job. At that point, she was disappointed. At that point, she felt so bad within herself. She just felt that what they said, it's really true. But now she's one of the persons that is really, really doing very well when it comes to TV show. Because why? God used that thing to redirect her and made her go back and go and train herself. Made her see that even though these persons have said this particular thing about you, they are not your God. They are not the ones that created you. They might have already concluded that they are humans. The things that they see, your weaknesses or your flaws, then they conclude that nothing good will come out of you. They conclude that this job is not meant for you and stuff like that. But after she felt disappointed, she went back and she trained herself. She kept training herself in that part because she believes and she knows that this is something that God has called me to do, and she kept doing it to a point. Now she's the one of the persons that are leading when it comes to TV shows. So most times, we get rejection, we get rejected. Most times we face disappointment. I think we should view it from the angle that God is using it to create a change in our lives, that God is using it to turn our life around, that God is has seen from the end how the things will turn out. Then he's using those periods, he's using those things that we've lost, the relationship that we lost, he's using it to bring somebody else that will even love you. I've heard stories of some ladies that in relationship, and maybe they they're receiving bullies and insults, but they still want to stay there, thinking that nobody else will love them if they leave the relationship, and they will be single forever. But most times God rescue us. I'll call it rescue. Most times God rescue us from um such kind of relationship, because He has seen the end. He has seen that this particular person um is not good for you, or you guys will not be compatible. Then He pull you out of that. And at the end of the day, we kind of question God why He allow some things like that to happen to us, whereas that is a way of him redirecting us back to his purpose. That is a way of him bringing us back to what he wants us to do. That is a way of him bringing us back to things that is in line with his purpose. So I just want us to see mistakes. I want us to see failure. I want us to see disappointment in a different angle. That most times it does not come to break us, rather it comes to make us. And if we don't learn from it, if we don't allow ourselves to pass through that processes, we might not be able to become that which He has destined us to be. We might not be able to become that which is His purpose over our lives. So I think we just wrap up the conversation for this evening, and I'm so sorry everyone, my guest was not able to join us. I think probably because of network issue, but I believe by our next episode everything will be sorted out and run very smoothly. But I really want to appreciate everyone that has joined us um, this evening. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation tonight. Always view your mistakes, always view the things that happen to you from a different angle, always see it from God's perspective, that what break you, it's the same thing that will still make it. God will not allow those things to happen to you, and um if he doesn't have a better plan for you, he has a better plan for you, and that is why that business will fail, and you still do a business that is far from better than the ones that you've done before. So let's always see and view our mistakes from God's perspective, and not just um from our own human reason or from our own human understanding, what we feel or what we see mistakes or disappointments to be. So thank you for everyone for joining us this evening, and I hope to see us in our next episode.